I had had a lot of joint inflammation and joint pain that was coming and going. Whenever I would have these episodes, I would go to a medical doctor and they would tell me that I didn't fit into any of their matrices and that they didn't really know what to do with me. So after probably close to 10 years of this, I decided it was really time to try something else. I had been very active for my entire life as an adult, doing triathlons, weightlifting, hiking, trail running, basically, you name it, and I was doing it and I loved it. So it definitely had a big effect on my ability to keep active. And some of the inflammation that I had in my hands and my feet, would affect just the basic activities of daily life, like being able to wear shoes without being in pain was a big issue. And with my hands, I had it so that I could barely even, move them. The mobility was so poor and they hurt so much that things like picking up my purse would cause an extraordinary amount of pain. So it was definitely something that had a huge effect on my quality of life. After, they send you to so many doctors who all kind of look at you and shrug. And then you say, why am I taking time out of my day to keep trying these things that, nobody's able to actually help with? And I know a common, or I've heard recently the phrase of medical gaslighting. And when I heard that, I was like, oh, that's me. Nobody has ever listened to me in any way that shows that they are actually trying to understand or have the ability to understand what's happening when with what I'm presenting with is not what they've seen in their textbooks. Because I've always assumed there's some kind of autoimmune component with what I have going on, but they would test my blood work and everything would show up okay, and they would say, we can't do anything for you because your blood work's fine, or we can't send you to a rheumatologist because they wouldn't know what to do with you without these traditional markers of autoimmune disorder. So I started, I think it was a late night, Google crisis search on how I could help myself. And in that search, I found Thrive Naturopathic. Used to having, 5-10 minutes at most with doctors. And I was amazed that the first appointment was a full 90 minutes. And I really got to tell my story and the pieces that I could understand. And I really felt listened to in a way that I can say has never happened in my entire life by a traditional medical doctor. So it was fantastic, and there were wonderful questions that were asked that just showed me that this was somebody who knew what they were doing and was going to be able to help. What I have is twofold. There's some kind of still, autoimmune component that affects my hands and my feet. The remedy that I was given that helped with that was a kind of slow and steady improvement. And since I've stopped taking that, I have not had any other episodes, which is fantastic. As far as, and then I did find out they did some diagnostic work, and I do have osteoarthritis, and I had started to do physical therapy for the osteoarthritis to see if that could help, and it made things tremendously worse. And I was experiencing pain that would radiate from my shoulder up through my neck, down my back. And there was basically not a moment that existed in a day that I was not aware of being in a lot of pain. And then Dr. Johnson prescribed a remedy that I took, and within probably a half hour, the pain had decreased by about 90%. And it was absolutely amazing to witness. And if it didn't happen to me, I wouldn't have believed anything would be possible, because this was pain that not even Mobic or naproxen or Advil, Tylenol, nothing was touching. And this just, it literally just kind of dissipated in a way that was incredible. So that was tremendous in helping. And then there was another remedy that was given for more of the joint pain itself within the joint. And that has helped tremendously, so much so that, most days I can just live a normal life and not, be aware that I do have this condition. And also while not having to take pharmaceutical drugs and have, the damage to my liver, stomach lining, and all of that kind of stuff. From the time I was a child, I had always had severe allergies to pretty much anything and everything. So basically, I was taking, I don't know if it was Zyrtec, whatever the antihistamine was, daily forever. And then the first remedy that I was given, I noticed it was probably within a matter of a couple days, I could just feel my sinuses opening up and everything kind of clearing up. And I didn't even know that was a problem, right? Because I probably forgot what it was like to actually be able to breathe. So yeah, within a matter of days, the allergies were pretty much gone, and I continued on with the remedy for another couple of weeks, I believe. And again, just miraculous. This, condition that I've dealt with since I was a child is now completely gone. If I didn't experience it myself, I wouldn't believe that it could happen, because I just had no idea what these remedies and medicines can do for the body.